cons of 6:30 batch. Can anyone tell me what is the pros and cons? What is the pros and cons of morning 6:30 batch?
Early in the morning, some people will not wake up, or it is good for who are going to office.
Okay,
And
that
the
is
mind will be fresh in the
hmm,
morning and it will be more active compared to the evening.
okay.
I think the most priority thing will be completed in the first thing in the morning.
Whatever you're saying is pros, okay? Like you guys are saying advantages of having the class at 6:30. What is the disadvantage of having the class at 6:30?
People still feel sleepy.
You guys will feel sleepy, okay?
If the alarm didn't bell, we miss the class.
Okay. If there is no alarm, then you will miss the class, okay? What else? Okay. So probably I should wait 2-3 minutes to get started. That's an problem for me because people usually wake up a bit late, or maybe 5-6 minutes there will be a delay. That's actually a cons. But see, I think I've told you this on the first day. Um, I take about 3 to 4 batches in a day, but nothing is as fresh as starting the day with a class. Okay, so I think you guys should also feel the same, right? The first thing which you do in the morning is something which is going to help for your career, something upskilling. Okay, so I keep saying this. The moment you wake up, your mind, your brain, everything will be fresh. And evening, if you're studying for 2 hours, probably in the morning time, it could require 1.5 hours, right? So that way it would definitely help you. And this is what I've been saying for the last few years. I think I've told you in the day one, like, doesn't matter whether you're a night person or a morning person, as long as you have the mindset to do something, you will do it. But still, there is something called biological clock, right? Your body has been designed in such a way that certain things has to be done in certain time. So that way, if you are going through this in the morning time, it will be definitely helpful. But again, I'm telling you, the disadvantage of the morning batches, people usually don't speak. Okay, you have to speak up. So you can come to a safe place where people are not sleeping. You can come to that room, or even try to take the class even while you're walking on terrace. That is also possible. But please talk. Okay, if I ask any questions, if I ask you something, please open up. That's the only way to get started in the morning time. Okay, so with all that, let's get started with our the first topic of our data analytics in the roadmap. Okay, now SQL, Power BI, Azure, ADF, and Fabric. Okay, so this is the 4 parts that you have to learn to become a data analytics. And today is what? Thursday, Friday, and Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so today is a fourth day. Today is a fourth day, correct? So your data analytics will come about approximately 100 days. So within 100 days, you can become a data analytics. Okay, when I say 100 days, initially for a few days, you will have classes only from Monday to Friday. But as and then we get into the deep topics of doing projects, you'll have classes on Saturdays as well. Because usually I prefer doing projects on Saturday or Sunday, so that you will get some good complete end to end. Like, I need not stop the class at 7:45. I can still continue to take at 8:30 because of that weekend. Okay, so projects will come on weekends because you need to have that complete project in a day, right? We cannot split the project. So that way, uh, in the business end of the course, you will have classes of 5 days. But initially, in business end, we'll have 6 days. But As in then for the initial few days, we'll have 5 days, Monday to Friday, and it will exactly start at 6:30 and we'll finish it by 7:45 or 8 o'clock. So that's the duration of this course. Okay. So 100 days, day 4 begins today, and we are going to enter into our first topic of our roadmap, which is going to be SQL. Okay. Now, before even I get started, I'll play a small video. I don't know if you listen the audio. Okay, audio I'm not sure, but at least picture you should be able to see. Okay, I'll play a video and you tell me it is from which movie.
Robo. The movie name is Robo.
Okay, did you guys see this video?
Yes.
Okay, was the audio audible or like it was just a video?
Oh, just a video.
Just a video. Okay, I don't know why the audio did not play, but anyway, were you guys able to understand what it was? Which movie it is?
Yeah, it's from Robo. It's taking users' data. He's calculating that Robo means Rajnikant.
Okay. Any better explanation? What you guys have
Like he's
observed?
fetching data with
Whenever
the information given by that person.
whenever the person asked the query, based on that, he will search the database in his database, and he is trying to retrieve that information.
Okay. You have seen this movie?
Yes.
Everyone? Okay. So this is a movie scene from one of the super hit movie, I guess. So it's Robo 1 or Robo 2, I don't know, but I still remember the scene. But in this, we have just, someone has just created a meme and they have posted in Instagram Reels as well as YouTube Shorts, which I was interested in knowing it because it's just not a meme, it's a real one. And this is how it happens in the backend, correct? Now the Rajnikant asks, the user asks, okay, can you figure out my number, right? And then in the olden days, I would say in the initial days, we have something called yellow pages. Do you all remember that?
Yes, telephone directory.
Yeah. So whenever we had a landline during that phase, we had something called Yellow Pages book where we get all the phone numbers. So this guy, being a robo, he scans the complete Yellow Pages book and he'll be able to scan it. I'll be able to tell the phone number, right? That's exactly what you can think of. SQL is talking to the database and getting the information what you want. This guy is asking a database. This guy is asking a database, right? See here. I don't think it was stoppable. Just a minute. See here. This is a database now, right? Now for this database, he's going and asking one question. And he's going and asking one question. And the way he's asking question, he's not asking what is the phone number. He is asking select phone number from user. That means it is asking in a language where the database is understanding. Okay, it is not asking in English. It is not asking in local language. It is asking in a language what your database has to understand, right? Now that is where now we will be getting into a subject which is called SQL, which is known for structured query language. Okay. Now, the full form of SQL stands for structured query language. And I always try to relate SQL with cheetah. The reason, the cheetah is the fastest running animal and your SQL is the fastest way of analyzing and processing your data. Okay, there is no other technology in the world which has matched the speed of SQL. That's the reason I've shown you a small reel as well. Now let's see what is making this as a fastest one. How fast it is going to process. Okay, so let's enter into the subject. So SQL stands for Structured Query Language. As part of the agenda, we will see what is SQL. Personally, I don't like to talk about history, but for this particular language, I'll talk about bit of history. And I keep saying this, okay, wherever you go, the first thing that you will to learn is SQL. Okay. Now you be a data analyst, you be a data engineer, you be a data scientist, irrespective of whatever you are, you have to learn SQL. Okay. I always keep meeting the final year students and the college students, right? So I have, we usually visit a few of the colleges, and people often ask me like, I'm in the final year now, which skill I need to learn first, right? So you guys know that communication is very important if you want to survive in IT, right? Whatever you do, you need to explain to the clients, you need to explain to your managers. So your English has to be good. We are not expecting you to be a completely a fluent person who can speak in English, but at least the way you have to communicate your clients has to be simple, right? See, I may not be fluent, but I speak in a very simple terms that anyone can understand, right? That should be the way of talking to your clients, correct? Now, it's not like you're using a fancy words and all. Keep it simple. But more than this communication, the one skill which is I always keep stressing on all the juniors and the people who are going to enter IT will be SQL. It's very, very important language that you have to learn if you want to work with data. So forget about Power BI, forget about Azure, forget about Fabric. The first skill that you guys have to learn in order to become a data analyst is SQL. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, now I'm openly telling you this. I'm currently working in Microsoft. Okay, I have a manager. I have 11 years of experience. It's me, and my manager is 14 years of experience. Okay, now 56 is not a age. Okay, 56 is a package, lakhs per annum is what my manager is getting for knowing just one skill called SQL. Nothing he knows except SQL. Nothing he knows. Maybe I can list out. I know SQL, I know Python, I know data analytics, data science, data engineering, machine learning, LLM models. I can list out all the skills which I know. But my manager, he just knows SQL and is getting 56 lakhs per annum. Maybe after excluding tax, he'll still get 3 lakhs per month. But for what? For knowing a skill. Now, everyone cannot get the same package. It all depends on how he got into that Microsoft and how strong he is in SQL. Okay, but the reason why I'm telling you this is with only SQL, he was able to stay in Microsoft. But I am not saying this is only good enough to survive. No, of course, he was lucky. He got into this. The reason why I'm telling you this is that important. But he is an expert in this. No one can beat him in writing SQL queries. That's why they have kept him. Ideally speaking, yesterday's class you would have listened to me saying that you have to be multi-skilled in order to company to hire you, right? You have to have multiple skills. With only Power BI, you may not get job. With only SQL, you may not get job. You need to know Azure, you need to know Fabric. So all this 4 combination is what is going to get job. But the company is still keeping him only for having the SQL knowledge because he is an expert. He's an expert. You give him any query, he will optimize it, he will write a query and he will give you. That strong he is. So that's the point which I'm trying to tell. Try to learn this subject from scratch, and everything I'm going to talk to you from scratch itself. So please learn this. This will come with you until your last day in your IT. This language, SQL language, will come with you until your last day of the retirement in IT. This language will be used. So why it is important? What are some of the popular databases? What database that we are going to learn? And finally, we will have to go and do our practical sessions. For practical sessions, we will have to focus on installation as well. So that will be the agenda for this particular topic. Now, where exactly the data is getting stored, right? Your Amazon data, your Instagram data, maybe your bank information, bank data, all of this, where exactly it is getting stored? It is getting stored in a database. Now, database is a place where all the data will be stored and multiple people will be accessing the database. Okay, multiple people will be accessing the database. You search something, maybe your friend search something, you will get the same information because both of you guys are pointing into the same database. Okay. Now, database can store very large number of records. Very good. It is a web interface. You will have a good user interface and it is very quick and easy to find the information, just like the person was finding the phone number of the user. So we were able to get that information as quickly as possible. And in case if you want to change your phone number, change your address, change your delivery address, changing your shipping address, all of this could be done very much quickly. And you can add the new data, edit the new data, delete the data, all of this can be done. And multiple people can be directly working, will be pointed to a same database. And this database will be like a single point of contact for every business. All this we know, correct? You go and search any product in your Amazon, right? So it will tell you whether the product is available or not, right? The same, if my neighbor search, it will also show you the same thing. Okay, let's say I search some iPhone. Okay, so let's say I search some iPhone. Now, if I search this iPhone and if I want to buy this, correct? So it's saying that this is a price, EMI price is a 51,000, which I want to go and buy with exchange, without exchange, and it's saying free delivery today itself. So if I order in next 15 minutes, I will be able to get, if I order in next 55 minutes, I'll be able to get today itself. Okay. Now, I don't know how many stocks are there, but it's available. Okay, it's available. If I go and buy now, it's available. Now, I'm just staying in one of the place in Bangalore. If my neighbor is buying, you'll still see the sold by the same retailer and you will still see the same price and you'll see the same product. And for him also, the stock will be available. The reason, we both are in the same area. Right? I belong to this pin code. So obviously, my neighbor or the person who is staying next in the next house will also be in the same area, same landmark, correct? So this is how multiple people can access the product information simultaneously. And in case if one person is purchasing, for the other person, maybe if it is available, it will show, else it will show out of stock. Now, all this is happening because we are all pointing into the same database. Now, in order to talk to this database, for example, what is a product price? What is a EMI price? I cannot go and talk in English. I need to talk to a language which the database understands. So database understands one and only language, which is called SQL. Some people call SQL, some people call SQL, both are same. But if you want to know the full form, it's structured query language. And please do remember, this is the only language which you can use to communicate with a database. You cannot speak in any other language if you want to talk to a database. When I say talk, you can ask questions. I want this information. I want that information. I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that. So whatever may be, if you want to know the information, you will have to get it through this language only. This language is called structured query language, which is used to communicate to a database. Okay. Now, this SQL statements are used to perform tasks such as updating record, retrieving the record. All of this we can do by writing our statements. Okay. Now, I always give this example. So whenever you are storing data, there are some storage devices which is called pen drive, right? So pen drive is one of the storage. Now, in pen drive, you have different brands. We have Samsung, we have SanDisk, we have Transcend, right? So we have many brands of pen drive. Similarly, this is a database. This is a database. For database, you have different brands. One we have Oracle, one we have Sybase, one we have a Microsoft SQL Server, one we have MySQL, one we have Postgres. Like this, we have many databases in the market. I will tell you what is all these databases. In this, which one we are going to learn, I'll tell you. But just like your pen drive has a different brand of companies, your database is also having different brands. There are many databases in the market. Which one we are going to learn? Let's see. Okay. Now, a simple example how the data will be stored in a database, particularly a table. Okay. Now, this is a simple example. Obviously, you will see more, but in the initial few slides, you will be seeing small example. Here, imagine the data will be stored in a form of a table. Every data will be stored in the form of a table. Okay. Now, in the table, let's say everyone has a title, everyone has educational requirements, functional area, maximum pay, minimum pay. So it's a common for everyone. For example, name. My name is different, your name is different, my age is different, your age is different, my address is different, your address is different. But what is common here? That name, address, age, that fields are common. That we call it as columns. So some people call it as columns, some people call it as fields. Some people call it as columns and some people call it as fields. Depending on the database which you use, people call it as either fields or people call it as columns. Okay. Now, as I said, I will have a different title, I will have a different degree, I will have a different functional area, I will have a different salary. So this is completely called one row. One row or one record, correct? So particularly if I'm talking about only my information, it's called one row or it's called record. So all this, if you see, this is called rows. So each row will define the one particular employee's information. Okay. Now, if I focus on only one particular value in this particular, for this particular person, what is the salary? What is the maximum salary? So I'm talking about only one point. That's called a data point. It's a data point or data value. Okay. So this is how the data will be stored. You need not remember all of this. See, the only one thing I keep saying is, if you want to master any subject, don't try to remember things. It will not work. Try to relate the things. Imagine there is a table. Don't go and by heart. Okay, what is table, what is column, what is data point? Nothing. Just take an example and remember it. Okay. So how the data will be stored? Data will be stored in the form of a table, and followed by we have the columns, followed by we have the rows. Rows is for like each and every employee's information. And particularly if I'm talking about one point, it's called data point. Okay. Now, I've been talking to a lot of managers. I've been talking to a lot of projects, clients, internal team, KSR team, organizations, my colleagues. All my colleagues, most of the colleagues are from the IT role. So I've been seeing that among all the languages and all the technologies and skills what we have in the current market, your SQL is on top. Your SQL is on top, right? It's one of the most widely used for data processing, and this is being taken from all the different companies, different projects. We have seen the stats, and 55% of all the projects in the entire world. Okay, I repeat, 55% of all the projects in this planet is running on SQL. So that important is this. Okay, now why it is important? Why it is important? Why it is considered as important? So let's see the reasons why it is important. Okay, now before even I go into why it is important, first of all, I don't like the subject called history, but for particularly for SQL, let me tell you the history of SQL. Your SQL was launched in 1970, so it's about 50 years. It's 50 years. Okay, it's been 50 years. The SQL programming was first developed in 1970. It was researched by Raymond Bosch and Donald Chamberlain. So it was a commercial released by the software in 1979. Okay, fine, that's fine. So initially they were calling the name as SQL. Even now I use the word SQL. Okay, that's something which I've got used to it. So it's a structured English query language. Okay, this is something which they um, have given the name SQL, but later they have changed from SQL to SQL. So there was some copyright issue, I guess, but you find out why they changed the name. But later they changed from structured English query language to structured query language. So you don't get surprised if some people are calling SQL, and don't get surprised if some people are calling SQL. Even I call SQL and some people call it as SQL. So it's one and the same. It was just a name change that has happened, but we have SQL in the market for the last 50 years. 50. Okay. Now, even after 50 years, even after there is a lot of new technologies which is in the market, how come this is still on top? Right? How come this is still on top? So there should be some reason why this is on top, correct? Now, let's find out the reason. So in order to find out the reason, let's learn a small topic today, which is called OLAP and OLTP. So this is a small concept called OLAP and OLTP. Okay. Now there are two different type of database transactions. Like one is called OLAP, one is called OLTP, one is called online transaction analytical. See, first of all, it's too technical. We are not understanding what is this. Correct? Now let me come back to one example and then I'll come back to the screen. We will come back to the screen again. We'll come back to the screen again. Then we will understand what is this OLAP and OLTP. But first we will go and figure out one small example. Okay. Now, you guys have gone through this particular application, which is called Redbus. If you're an Indian, you would have definitely used this application. In India, if you want to book tickets, one of the very good and effective application is Redbus. Now, Redbus is basically like a ticket booking app. Okay. Now, Redbus. Okay. So this is a Redbus, which is a website. Actually, this bus looks very good. If you're, I mean, this app looks very good if you're opening in your phone. It's very much suitable for your phone. Okay. So this company, Redbus, is an online bus ticket booking company that provides bus ticket booking through websites and mobile apps. It's actually known for mobile apps, but it says that we can book the ticket in website also. So it's a founder, and you can see the date founded is 2006, and its headquarters is in Bangalore. Now, if I open this ticket booking, okay, you can see I'll choose one ticket, okay, Bangalore to, let's say, Tirupati, or Bangalore to Hyderabad, okay, whatever I choose. So Bangalore to Hyderabad, let's say I'll book today, right? I got about 200 buses, okay. I got about 200 buses, okay. Now, I will go and sort by rating. There is one bus which has 39 ratings. In the 39 ratings, the ratings that was been given is 4.9. Okay. So more than this, I would prefer this. Can anyone tell me why? This is as a less rating, but still I would go and book this ticket. Why?
More use.
More rating members, like
Yes.
customers are more.
Yes. So it has about 1235. So what I'll do, the bus name is VSR Tours and Travels. So let's go and see the tickets. And you can see there is about, this is a VSR ticket, right? And you can see there is all tickets available, right? You can see the color. If it is pink, that means only women's can book. And if there is something called blocked, that means if you see a dark color, that means all these tickets have been blocked, and this is available. Okay. Now, what I'll do, I'll select this, I'll select this, I'll select this, I'll select this. Just remember the seat numbers, okay? Just remember the seats. In the lower deck, so if you've been to the sleeper bus, you have a lower deck and you have the upper deck, right? So in the lower deck, I have filled 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? I have selected the 4 tickets. Now what I'll do? See, remember this travels? Just I may forget it. So let's have the VSR Tours and Travels 21,555, and it is on today. It's an AC sleeper. Okay. Now it has a rating of 1235. 4.7. Okay, remember this. Now I have selected this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. Now I will go and select the boarding. I'll select some place. I'm not going to book, but I'll select some place. Now I've given some test. I should give the actual name, but I'll give the test. All of this I'll give. Okay. Now I need to pay about 5,400. So I'll go and say I'll continue booking. I've selected 4 seats. Okay. It's going to the next page. So let's wait. I've selected the seat number L3, L1, L6, and L5, which is nothing but the lower seats. Okay. So I've selected the lower seats. Why it's taking time? It should not. Let me do one thing. Let me do one more time. Let's do one thing. Let's choose another bus. Okay, see here. In this is KSM. Okay, let's take a KSM Travels. Let's take the KSM Travels. Just for showing, I'm showing this is 1824 rating. and this is 4.7. So let's say this bus, okay? See what I'll do, I'll block all the lower seats. There are already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lower seats. I'm blocking all 5 seats, okay? Now I'll go and select this ticket, right? And all this I'm giving, it's asking me the passenger name, test 5, age, male, and I have to pay 10,000. So I'll go and continue booking. Okay, now you see the 5 tickets which I've selected, seat number A1, C1, D1, E1, F1, it is giving me about 7 minutes to book the ticket. Okay, for the 7 minutes, the ticket will be blocked. The ticket will be blocked. Okay, now if you guys can go and search the same ticket, KSM roadways, 5 tickets, if you can go and select in the same place, you will see that the seats has been already blocked. But it's not, I've still not paid. I have still not paid. I have to go and pay through QR code or UPI. So I have to pay, but it is showing that it is given about 7 minutes. Now, if you guys can go and check the 5 tickets what I've selected, it will show blocked. So what I will do is I will go and open incognito mode. Incognito mode can be considered as another user. I'll open Redbus. Now I'll go and book the same ticket. Bangalore, Hyderabad, today. And the travels is KSM Travels. Do you see? Do you see this? All the lower tickets has been booked. It's not booked actually. Someone has already initiated. This is this user, a normal browser user. So this ticket which I've selected, all the lower tickets has to be booked in 6 minutes. So for until the 6 minutes, for the other user who has logged in, you guys also can try it and check. The tickets will show as blocked. Now, I am in Bangalore in one area and I'm booking ticket. There is another person in the rural area, maybe in Hyderabad, who's trying to book the ticket. But since I'm still in progress, it is showing about 5 minutes that I can book the ticket. For this 5 minutes, those tickets is showing as blocked. Right? I've logged into 2 browsers. The 2 browsers is actually the confirmation that like a 2 users. And you can see that for a given time, the seats will be blocked. Correct? Now, I want to travel on weekend. I want to travel on, let's say, on Christmas, on 25th. Okay. Now, today only I will go and block the ticket, and so that no one goes and buys this ticket. I will go and block the ticket until next month 25. I will just keep it like that. Do you think it will block the ticket for me?
No.
No, because we have a fixed time for us. The timeout will be 5 minutes, 6 minutes until I complete the transaction. In the next 5 minutes, if I don't pay it, I don't want to add a credit card or I don't want to pay through it. In the next 4 minutes, if I don't go and pay it, after 2 minutes, this 5 tickets will be released. Right? So this is something which you guys would have already experienced. I'm telling you like a story. Are you aware of what is happening? Yes?
Yes.
How
Yes.
multiple people are pointing to the same bus, same tickets and same seats. It's because of your database and the language. Now, I select a seat, but if I don't pay in the next 5 minutes, it will release it. Okay. Now here it is a time based. I cannot go and block it for January 1st or maybe January 14th or even not on Christmas Day now itself. That's not possible. It will allow you to block the ticket for 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, you will have to make the transactions. After 5 minutes, that's it. That seat will be released. Now, this is a time bounded transaction. Okay. Now, another example. Which application is this?
Book My Show.
Book My Show. So in the Book My Show, you can book a tickets for your movie. So this is this side is your screen, and if you want royal or if you want some normal gold class, silver class, you can select the seats. So those are the two seats which I've selected, and I will go and pay 224 rupees. By the time I go and click pay, for the other person who is trying to book the tickets, for them it will show as booked because it's already in progress. So it will give me about 2 minutes time. See, this was 5 minutes, okay? Your Redbus was giving 5 minutes, but your Book My Show, go and try it. It will just give you 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, you will have to go and book the tickets. Else, that ticket will be released. So 2 minutes, that ticket will be blocked for you. This is also time-based. And very simple and easy to understand. You go to a shop, you buy something, and you're scanning nowadays. Nowadays, everyone, even the vegetable seller, fruit seller, everyone is having a scanner, right? So once you buy something, you will always go and scan it and pay it. Now, you have your bank balance to be 6,000 and you go and do a scan of 2,000 and then next second, your balance will change to 4,000. Okay. Now, this is how the scanner works. Let's take another example. We have two person who's actually doing an online transaction. It could be GPay, PhonePe, Paytm, or it could be any type of transactions. Imagine that person A is sending person B 2,000. We usually do a lot of online transactions, right? So if this happens and if that transaction is successful, the next second your balance of the person A will change from 6,000 to 4,000 and the balance of the person B, it will change from 1,500 to 3,500. Now, how this is happening? Because the immediate transactions. Okay. Now, another example which I want to give you is ATM transaction. Okay. So, ATM transaction. In the ATM transaction, you go and put your debit card, right? And it will ask you to enter PIN and it will ask you to enter amount. Okay. Uh, the moment you put the PIN, the moment you put the amount, it creates, it creates one sound. Okay. It's the counting notes sound, most satisfying sound ever, right? So it will count the notes for you and it will display. Okay. Now, I'll ask you a question. Tell me whether this has happened to you or not. Imagine your bank balance is 10,000. Okay. So 8 o'clock in the morning today, you will go and enter the PIN, enter the amount. You will withdraw about 2K. Okay. So the new bank balance has to be 8K. Okay. It should be 8K. Now, you may not get an immediate SMS, right? Usually, whenever you are in ATM and you put a PIN number, by the time the amount gets counted, the amount you would have still not received. Okay, the still would have not received. It would be still counting, but by the time it is counting, you would have already got an SMS that this much amount is debited. Maybe your network problem, your phone problem, you were not getting a proper internet or whatever it is, the message could be delayed, but in the bank it will go and update. Whatever happens, whichever festival it is, whatever untime it is, night 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, even if there is a tsunami, earthquake, volcano, whatever hell can happen, your banks will never take leave. They will go and update. Okay. Now, Just imagine your banks did not update the bank balance for 1 day. So that means you withdraw 2K, your bank balance is still showing 10K. Okay. Next, 9 o'clock. Again, you withdraw 5K. So the bank balance has not updated. It is still showing 10K. It is still showing 10K. Now, in case if it happens for 1 day that the banks have taken a leave, they say that, no, I will not update today. If this happens, can anyone tell me what will be the consequence? You keep withdrawing money every hour, but the bank has not changed, or it will say, I will update tomorrow. Today is Sunday. Today is Diwali. Today is a festival. So I'm on leave. You guys take leave. So obviously bank also says that, no, I am also on leave. So let me do one thing. Whatever the transactions which you're doing today, let me update tomorrow. So whatever the ATM withdrawal you're doing, it's not updating immediately. It's saying, I will update tomorrow. If this happens to the bank, can anyone tell me what will be the consequence?
Bank will be, there is a word called Diwala. So that will happen.
What do you mean by Diwala?
It's like a bank corrupt.
Okay. Why?
Bankrupt.
Because everyone will withdraw again and again if I got a chance. Even for 1 hour, it's okay. In the 1 hour, we can withdraw one more 5,000 means it will be more, right?
Person will not have a knowledge how much balance he has.
Yes. So today you take 10,000. Tomorrow, today you take 2,000. In the next hour, you take 5,000. Next hour, you take 3,000. After calculating this 2K, 5K, 3K, and again 7K, next day, are you going to get your bank balances minus 7K? Is that going to happen?
No, it will.
Has anyone experienced this?
No.
No. This type of immediate transactions, time to time transactions where there is no delay. I talked about your Redbus tickets, which was giving me about 5 minutes. I was talking about your Book My Show, where it was giving 2 minutes, and I'm talking about ATM transactions. ATM transactions, you can't even give 2 minutes delay. Within the 2 minutes, if you have not updated also, there is a high likely chance that within the 2 minutes, the customer will go and do 2 to 3 transactions. So your transactions, the moment you take a 2K, the moment you take a 5K, as that is why I told you, while the machine is counting the notes, by the counting note itself, you would have got an SMS. So this will take seconds or milliseconds to update the records. That is why I keep saying this. There is no other technology or the framework or the skill which can match the speed of SQL. You haven't even got the amount in your hand by the time you have got a message. How fast it is. Redbus 5 minutes, Book My Show 2 minutes, but if you go with the ATM transaction, it's less than seconds. Now, this type of transactions where we are managing time to time without any delay, which is going and updating, this is called online transactional processing. The two type of transactions that can happen, which is called online transactional processing. The first one is online transactional processing. The best example is ATM transactions or your GPay transactions or your Book My Show or Redbus transactions, which happens immediately. So any transaction which is happening immediately without any delay and it works around the clock, we call them as OLTP. The full form of OLTP is online transactional processing. OL, they have taken online transactional processing. Okay, so online transactional processing. Now, this is the first type of transactions that we can do on a database, an immediate effect. Okay, so an immediate effect. Now, let's see another example. Let's see another example. This is something which we'll get is OLAP. Okay, so what is OLAP? Online analytical processing. Okay, so analytical processing. AP stands for analytical processing. Now, let's see what is this. You guys would have used Netflix, Prime, all of this you would have used. Okay, now imagine an user has logged into Netflix for the first time. He watches some random movie. He watches some random movie. Okay, now so in Netflix usually we watch movies. It could be a thriller, it could be crime based, or it could be romantic, or it could be comedy, or it could be horror, or it could be family based drama. All of this we watch. Okay, now this is the first time a user has logged in. He has watched few movies in the last 1 week. Last 1 week he has watched some 4 to 5 movies. Based on the movies that he has watched for 1 week, your Netflix will go and recommend the next movie. Your Netflix will go and recommend next movie. This is called recommendation, and this is work done by recommendation engine. Depending on the movies that he has watched for that particular week, we are going to recommend him movie. This is not only with Netflix, even if you go with Amazon Prime, where the movies gets recommended, or if you go with any products, they are going to recommend. Now, this recommendation, you watch the movie at, see, you take a you do a ATM transaction at 9:05. Okay, 9:05 it should update it. That's a ATM transaction. But 9:05 you watch movie. Do you think 9:06 they will go and recommend the movie?
No.
No. It will take 1 week. So 1 week they will monitor your activities, which type of movies you're watching, when you're watching, are you completing it, are you leaving it in between. So how many movies you have watched, what is the movie name, all the movie names, it will just figure out whether it's a romantic or it's a horror or it's a thriller. It will go and figure out. And this recommendation, because you watched red light, maybe it is recommending something called souls. Maybe because that you watched Orange in the New Black, maybe it is referring House of Cards. Like this, depending on the movies you watch, it is going to recommend. Now, this recommendation engine is not like an ATM transaction where immediately it will go and recommend. No, it will take at least 3-4 days for their recommendation engine to work. That means it will take some analysis. Now, this type of transactions, I will call it as online analytical processing. So online analytical processing is not like an immediate one. It will take some time. It will take about, let's say, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and then it will go and recommend the movies, or it will process it. So there are two type of transactions. One is online transactional processing. The moment you see the word transaction, remember ATM transaction, immediate effect. The next second it has to be updated. This cannot take like 1 week or 2 weeks like what your Netflix is taking. If it takes in 1 week, there is a high chances that the customer will go and misuse it. So the online transactional processing has to be an immediate effort, whereas online analytical processing is they're doing some sort of analytical. What type of analytical? What movies he is watching, when he is watching, what type of similar movies are watching, and then it will recommend. This will not happen in 1 minute. This will not happen in 1 second. It will take some time. That is called OLAP, Online Analytical Processing. Okay. Now, is this two transactions clear?
Yes.
Yes, Santosh.
Yes.
Any doubt? Any doubt?
As of now, no.
Okay. Remember this topic for rest of your life. Okay. Remember this topic for rest of your life. Whatever age you are now, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Remember this topic for rest of your life. And don't go and by heart it, yaar. Don't go and search what is the definition of OLAP, what is the definition of OLTP. Don't go and by heart it. The biggest problem is the way you have to learn. Just understand what it is. Go and explain in your layman terms. Put it in a simple, normal English form. Right? If I was the candidate who's giving the interview, the way I would go and tell is, well, there are two types of transactions. One is online transactional processing, one is online analytical processing. Online transactional processing, which has an immediate effect, the transaction updates within seconds, whereas online analytical processing, it analyzes the data for a period of time and then gives a response. So the best example which I can give for online transactional processing is ATM transaction. And the best example which I can give for online analytical processing is Netflix recommendation. Is that clear? Yes?
Yes, Santosh.
Yes.
One question for OLAP.
Tell me.
So if I just give an example about the Netflix or Amazon, but at a real-time scenario, if transactions happen in banks or anything, suppose bank is not using if OLAP or OLAP, suppose OLAP system, they use like OLTP. But real-time scenario, how it's work means like it's a power when just working with
See
Power
what
BI.
See, whatever I'm telling, it's not related to Power BI anymore. Okay, what we are doing is a SQL transactions now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling in SQL we have two type of transactions. One is online transactional processing. One is online analytical processing. So here, this both will be used by bank. It's not like it will not be used by bank. In bank, if you're going to an ATM transaction, the immediate transaction has to be updated. That's actually the OLTP. So OLTP will be used. Now, based on your last 5 days or 6 days transaction, 6 to 7 days transaction, maybe they'll recommend loans for you. Right? For example, you do one thing. In your bank, you have about 1 to 2 lakhs. Okay. Don't touch this amount for, let's say, 1 week. The next day it will start recommending FD for you. What is FD?
Fixed deposit.
It will recommend. Now this is OLAP. It's not like that your banks will only take care of OLTP. No. Whatever examples I'm giving, it could be a Netflix or it could be a loan or it could be FD. Everything is real world example only. Don't compare it to Power BI. Power BI is later we'll see how we can analyze. But at this point of time, there are two type of transactions that can happen. One is online analytical processing. One is online transactional processing. So transaction immediate. Analytical, maybe it will take 1 or 2 days. The same example, if you maintain 1 or 2 lakhs in your bank where you don't withdraw it, the next day they'll recommend FD or you'll get a call from the customer care saying that, ma'am, I have observed that you have kept about 2 lakhs in your bank. Why can't you apply for fixed deposit? They'll have definitely asked you and you would have experienced that. Maybe lively you may not be able to remember now, but one or the other way, your OLAP and OLTP is something which you are doing on the daily basis. Is that clear?
Yep.
Yep.
See, usually in your, I remember this. Okay, when I say that I remember because I've done this. What I used to do, I was actually a college topper. Okay, I was actually a college topper. Now, the reason why I was college topper, it's not because I was a hard worker. No, I was actually a smart worker. I used to do a lot of smart work. Okay. So what is that smart work? I'll tell you. When all my friends, they read day and night, everything. Like if there is a one book, right, complete book, they will finish it off. Complete book they will read. Complete book. And they'll go and take the exams. But I'm not like that. I'm a person who always try to be smart. So what I used to do, no? If I took my final exams in 2014, that's where I completed my graduation. So 2014, I had my exams, right? So what I used to do from 2010 to 2014, I collect all the previous year question papers. Okay, I used to collect the previous year question papers. And I read only those questions. I don't even complete the complete syllabus or book. 4 years or 6 years, I take only the question papers, like the previous, my seniors, super seniors, super seniors would have taken the exams, right? I collect their question papers and I read only those question papers and I was a topper. Okay, this is called smart work. Rather than going and fully reading the complete book, this is what it is. Okay, now the same way in my company, every month I take hundreds of interviews. All of my previous batch students, if they have got placed or if they have taken up any interviews, we are collecting all the questions from them and we are creating one question bank. Okay. Now, what is your responsibility is try to be smart, right? You're not a college student or a school student to go and read everything. Let's be smart. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to list all the topics that we have, whatever I'm going to cover. If there is an interview questions, I'll be going and listing it. In the end of syllabus, let's say today is a 4th day. So today we got one interview question. The interview question is, what is the difference between OLAP and OLTP? 100% they'll ask this question. 100% they'll ask this question. And I've already explained you what is this. And I've already given you the explanation with example. So this question, 100% they're going to ask this in interview. Tomorrow we'll be learning one more topic. Like this, I will be listing out all the interview questions by end of course. Today is the 4th day, right? So 4th day, first 2-3 days you were seeing only the master class about data analytics, but from today onwards we are getting into the actual topic, right? So today is the 4th day. By end of 100th day, you will have list of 150 questions. If you learn this 150 questions, unfortunately you will get job. I repeat, if you learn this 150 questions by any chance, unfortunately you will end up in job. Are you getting what I'm saying? By chance, if you learn this, by chance, you will end up in job. Clear? Whatever I'm saying, is it clear? By chance,
Understood.
if you learn
Yes.
this, unfortunately, it's not fortunate. Unfortunately, you will end up in job. Okay? So the first question is OLAP and OLTP. I told you yesterday, please don't join KSR if you're not speaking in class. So tomorrow what I will do is, before even I start the first topic, I'll be asking what is this OLAP and OLTP. And I will ask randomly by calling out your name. Yesterday I told you, right? We monitor you, we track your assignments, we track your homeworks, we track your attendance. So if you don't want this type of things to work, hey, who is he to give questions? Why is he monitoring me? Why is he going and giving assignments, tasks, homeworks? Why is he monitoring attendance? It's my wish to wake up at 6:30 or 6:45. It's my wish. Who is he to ask? If you have this type of questions, I'm requesting you, please don't join our institute. Okay, we have a certain protocols that we will follow, and this protocols is tracking your assignments is one of our protocol. Okay, there are a lot of students who come and say that, no, it's my wish. I'm paying and you're giving me the course. So it's whether it's my wish to do the assignment or not. I'm telling you, we don't even accept your admission, even if you pay 1 lakh also. Even if you're ready to pay 1 lakh also, we are not ready to accept your admission if you're not ready to follow our protocols. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So successfully we have completed our first question. The next question will be, what will be the difference between SQL and MySQL? Okay. So what will be the difference between SQL and MySQL? Now, we haven't covered this yet. We have covered only this. So let's go with second one. I mean, I'm listing out questions first, but the actual way it will work is first I'll explain the topic, then I'll come here. Okay. So the next question, let's see what it is. So we have seen two type of transactions, right? OLAP and OLTP. So remember this. You can remember Netflix, or another example I'll give you for OLAP, Amazon. So you go and order something in Amazon, right? You try to buy a product. Now what you want to do is, you're trying to add a product, but you're not comfortable with price, right? You feel like, oh, price is too heavy here, so let me not buy. So for the 3 days, you adding to the cart, you're removing to the cart, you're adding to the cart, you're removing to the cart, you're adding to the cart, you're removing to the cart. Now, fourth day or a fifth day, Amazon will think, what's wrong with this guy? He's not at all buying the product. He's coming, he's seeing the product, he's seeing it, and he's not buying. What is he looking for? So let me give him EMI option. Let me give him some discount. Let him give him some cash back. Now, all this will happen after 3 days. That's exactly what Amazon works. You can blindly believe me in this because I'm an ex-employee of Amazon. I was exactly doing this. This is called price correction. I was working into the same analysis. So for the first time when you log in, maybe the product may be showing 9,850 without any offers, discounts or cashback. But for the 3 to 4 days, if you keep on observing the same product, you add to the cart, you remove to the cart, you add to the cart, you remove to the cart, you add to the cart and you remove to the cart, and you will observe there is a change in the, it may not change the exact price, but they'll try to give some zero EMI options, discounts or a cashbacks or credit card options, 5% credit card option in SBI Bank, 10% on HDFC Bank. Like this, they'll give you offers and discounts. This will definitely happen. This is another example of OLAP. Okay. Now, let's see what is the difference. Your OLTP and OLAP. Okay. First difference is, this OLTP is like a ATM transaction, and this is a Netflix recommendation. So if you see, the response time has to be milliseconds. Within milliseconds, it has to go and update. Milliseconds to seconds. It has to update. It cannot take 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 14 minutes and all. No, it can't even take minutes. It has to update in seconds, because ATM, if it is taking about 10 minutes to go and update, in the 10 minutes there is a possibility of misuse. So the response time has to be milliseconds. And the source is like a transaction, like each and every transaction, I go and withdraw, I go and deposit. It's like a transaction, right? Now, these are the two things about ATM, which is nothing but OLTP. Now, if we talk about OLAP, it can be from minutes, hours, or even days. The response can be either from minutes, hours, or days. It can be. And here it is aggregated. Aggregated means how many times this person has logged into the Netflix, how many times he watched this movie, how many times he spent on this. So like this, it will aggregate it. Aggregate means count. So this is an aggregated. Okay. Now, here volume handles a large number of small transactions. That means you go and withdraw 500, it will get record. You go and withdraw 1000, it will get record. You go and withdraw 10,000, it will go and record. So how many transactions you're doing on a single day, everything will be recorded. But this one, it will handle large volumes of complex queries. Why? How many times he has logged in, how many times he was watching, how many times he navigated, from which movie to which movie he navigated, did he complete the movie, how much time he spent to complete the movie. Because when Netflix has come, we usually don't complete the movie in 3 hours. We give a break, right? If it's in a movie theater, we finished off in 2.5 hours. But if it's Netflix, you may sleep off in between. Then again, next day you will continue watching. So this happens when you're watching in your OTT platforms, right? 3 hours movie, you may complete it in 1 day. So how many times he spent, how much time he has logged in, everything we will be handling this. And here the queries will be as simple as possible because it's just an update. Like simply I'll go and update the new balance. But here it's a complex query. What movie has to be recommended? We will have to go and have a complex query, right? So this is a difference. And the last purpose, if you see, it is basically for a business essential. Like whatever is updating, it should work 24/7, like without any gaps. It should work. It's a normal business. The moment you go and withdraw something in ATM, the next minute it has to go and update. It's a normal business. But here it will go and give some discounts, cashbacks. It is solving some problem. What Amazon is thinking? What happened to this guy? Every 3 days he's coming, he's trying to see the product, but he's not buying. What is wrong with him? So let me give him the offers, discounts, cashback. So they are making some decisions. That will be the purpose. So this is the difference between OLAP and OLTP. Okay. Now, we have SQL language. With this, we have many database in the market. SQL Server, Postgres, DB2, IBM, MySQL, Oracle. So we have many databases in the market. Okay. Now, the easiest example I will give you is pen drive. Pen drive is a storage. So you have SanDisk, we have Sony, we have Samsung, and we have maybe Transcend. So we have so many brands. Similarly, with the help of SQL language, you can talk to any database. You can talk to any database because language is going to be the same. The tool is going to be different. So we have different data. See, simple, yeah. We want to buy a phone. We have different brands. MI brand is there, Vivo brand is there, Google Pixel is there, and then Samsung is there. We have many brands. So similarly, for database also, we have many brands. Okay. Now, we are not focusing on the tool. We are focusing on the language. Okay. I'll give you two examples. Okay. Imagine you have joined here not for SQL, you have joined it for spoken English class. So you guys want to learn something like you want to improve your communication. So you guys have joined here. Okay. Now, when you join here, I'll be teaching English, maybe grammar, sentence formation, vocabulary, words, fancy words. I'll teach everything. Once you learn English from our institute, you can go and survive in any country, right? The way I've taught you, maybe you go to US, the way of talking, pronunciation, words clarity will be bit fast. Maybe if I go to Sri Lanka, I'll speak bit low, correct? That is bits lesser speed. Bangladesh, maybe lesser speed. But if I go to US, UK, Canada, maybe in my variations will be there in the modulations, the word frequencies, and the vocabularies which I'm using will be different, right? I'm speaking to you guys in a very simple language. Do you think the same way I'll be speaking with my clients? Definitely no. With my clients, my way of speaking will be a bit more different, and I'll be using some complex words, vocabularies, good vocabulary, sentence formation, and the way the modulation happens, everything will be different, right? But what is same here? English is same. Where I'm speaking is what is matters. Similarly, when we learn SQL, 95% of the times your syntax is same in all the databases. Just 5% it will go and change. But don't think about this 5%. Let's think about 95%. Okay. The reason why I'm telling you this is, another example. Now, imagine that you guys have joined for, let's say, computer class where I'm teaching about computer. Okay. So I'll tell you how to use a pen drive. So I'll be telling you how to use a pen drive. So how to use a pen drive on your laptop. There is a 3.0 USB port. So in that USB port, please insert your pen drive, and then you go to your folders, explore, then you copy, delete, do whatever you want on your pen drive. And very important point, while you take out your pen drive, you will have to go and right click on that drive. You have to click eject. Only then it is very safe to remove, and then we are removing it. Now imagine I have taught you this, and I have taught you this on Samsung pen drive. And tomorrow, while you go to office or when you go to any of the other work, they are using Sony pen drive. Will you come back and fight with me, saying that you taught us how to use Samsung pen drive, but you did not taught us how to use Sony pen drive? Will you come back and fight?
No.
Why?
Pen drive, it's same only, no? That port is same, and what we insert, the device is same. Or the name changes.
The process is same.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't matter whether you're using a Sony pen drive, Samsung pen drive, Transit pen drive, SanDisk pen drive, the process is same. Similarly, when I teach SQL, we are teaching you the language. Tomorrow, you go and join IBM company. They will use their own database. They have their own database called IBM. You go to Oracle. They will have their own database with Oracle. You have a Postgres. They have their own database. So I cannot teach how to write SQL in IBM, how to write SQL in Oracle, how to write in Postgres. No. My intention is to teach you the language. Once you learn the language, I'm 100% sure you can go and write SQL code here. 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 You can go and write SQL code anywhere in this world in any tool, because SQL is language. All the tools which you're seeing on the screen, it's called database. So database, you have a SQL Server, we have a Postgres, we have IBM, we have a DB2, we have MySQL, we have Oracle. All these are databases. Okay. Now in this, we are going to learn one tool, but don't really focus on the tool, focus on the language. Again, I'm telling you, the process what we are going to learn will remain throughout same in all the databases. So if you're learning SQL, irrespective of whichever database you use in future, tomorrow, who knows, you may go into Oracle company. Tomorrow, who knows, you may go into IBM company. Doesn't matter. Wherever you go, you've already learned a language. With this, we will be going and writing the code. So in this particular course, we will be learning MySQL database. In this particular course, as part of the data analytics that we have already designed, we will be learning MySQL. There are few reasons that why I would go for this, but as I said, don't focus on the database, focus on learning the language. That is very, very important. Okay, so tomorrow MySQL is not there, let's say Oracle, nothing changes. 95% of all your code will be same. Joins concept is the same in all the databases. Let's say subqueries concept, it is same in all the databases. Some of the functions like window functions, it's same like in every database. So your concepts doesn't change. The way you write, 95% is same. 5% it's different. Even now, if you can go and write the code in SQL and ask, can you give the equivalent code in Postgres, you will get it. Because it's almost same. Small variations will be there, but we will not think too much. The biggest problem with humans is overthinking. I'm saying you think about 95%, and people will always think about why that 5% we are not learning. Come on, let's be practical. We will learn about the 95% of the similar code among all the databases so that you can go and write any complex logics in the real time. Okay, so with that, the database that we are going to install in our machine for practice will be MySQL, and the language that we are learning will be SQL. And if you learn SQL, you will be able to write here, 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 and you will be able to write here. Okay, so why do we choose MySQL? It's first of all highly configurable. It can have a high volume, it can store high volume data. Cross platforms, you can install MySQL in your Windows machine, Mac machine, Ubuntu machine, any machine, and it's an open source. They have given it for free. The other databases, you would have to pay for license, but this at least they have given for open source. Without license, you can use it. And in terms of usage, reliable, easy to use, high security, and more importantly, all the company names which you're seeing on the right side of the screen, Adobe, PayPal, LinkedIn, Facebook, NASA, all of this are few of the branded companies who are using MySQL even today. So with this, we will go and learn this particular database. What is the difference between SQL and MySQL? SQL is a language that is used to communicate to the database. MySQL is one of the database where we can go and execute the SQL commands. Is that clear?
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll stop here. We'll continue in the next class. So today we have covered what we have covered. Two important topics. What is SQL we have covered? History of SQL we have covered. Why SQL is important? Because we talked about OLAP and OLTP and popular databases, and we have decided why we have to go with MySQL. So next task, to start practicals. For starting practicals, we will have to go with the installation first. So tomorrow we'll see the installation and we will be going with practicals. So tomorrow will be the last free class. After that, from Thursday onwards, it will be a paid session. So if you have comfortable in understanding what I'm speaking, speak to our team and you can start getting registered for the course, because after tomorrow, only the paid students will be allowed. I keep saying this, the first 5 free sessions will be free. So today is the 4th one, tomorrow will be the last, and after that it's going to be paid session. Okay, so it's already started, your course is already started. Don't think that after 5 days again we will start again. No, the course is already started, and what we are covering is a regular topics, and that's why I say that 4 days is done, another 96 days is left. Okay, any questions?
I have one.
Go ahead.
In the Netflix, you have said we are using OLAP. So we are using OLTP also there?
If you want to go and pay for subscription, How
Yeah.
much time they'll give you? Can you take it 1 week?
No. Immediate transaction.
Everywhere OLAP and OLTP will be used in all the applications, but the way it is used for recommendation, it is OLAP. For paying that 199 rupees or 299 rupees, how much time they'll give? They'll hardly give 1 minute or 2 minutes. Immediately you'll have to pay. That comes under OLTP.
Okay. Thank you. Got it.
That means that can be categorized like two, like one is two activities. One is a transactional activity, one is analytical activity.
Yes. In every business, both will be used.
Yes, yes.
Any questions?
Yes, Santosh. Regarding OLTP is actually raw data, and OLAP is in terms of analysis means it will do ETL and exception transaction.
At this point of time, let's not overcomplicate it by saying the ETL analysis, raw data and all. Let's keep it simple. The immediate transactions, we will call it as OLTP. The transactions which gets time for analysis, we call it as OLAP. That's it. When we come for the ETL, like when we come for Azure, when we come there, we will discuss what is ETL and all. At this point of time, this is a difference. In interview, whatever I've told, only that if you say that is good enough with examples.
Yes, Santosh.
Santosh, I have a query.
Yeah.
So if we learn this course, can we get a calls on with 3 years of experience?
Yes, you can get the topics and the syllabus that what you're covering. You can show up to maximum of 5 years.
Okay.
So the level of learning that we will be learning will be up to 5 years. So you can easily put 3 years of experience in data analytics.
Yeah, but already I'm working as a data analyst like on a SQL and Power BI.
So what's the
Uh,
problem?
So actually I'm looking for Azure data engineering.
You're looking for Azure data engineering.
Yes.
Then you should have joined for Azure data engineering demo, which we are planning for November 17th. You can join there. People who have already know Power BI, why again you have joined here? You could have joined data engineering. I would suggest data engineering for you because compared to Power BI, you will get high package in data engineering. You will learn Python, you will learn more on ETL. So I would prefer you to go with data engineering. Again, as I said, you can attend there as well. Then you can take a call.
Okay.
Data engineering starts from November 17th. It's going to be evening 8 o'clock batch.
Okay, Santosh. Thank you.
Santosh, I have a question.
Yeah.
So actually, I am a finance, like a core accounting and finance, like who will prepare the financials. There in that department I'm into. But is this data analytics useful for that?
Data analytics is helpful for every single person who is working in IT. Okay, irrespective of whatever you are doing, it will be helpful because end of the day, you have to do reporting. Reporting has to be done on every business. So it will be definitely helpful. Doesn't matter you're coming from a finance, you're coming from a retail, healthcare, whichever domain you come from, it will be helpful.
Okay. Then while if I want to move from there to the data analytics, core data analytics, that means you people will help me to build my resume based on my domain
Yes.
experience, right? So that's
We'll be going through your current work. We'll ask you the current project to explain. In the same project, whatever you're working, for example, you're working for financial reports, monthly financial reports, the same financial reports, we'll try to modify saying that you have done, maybe you would have done it in Excel, but we would portray that you have done it in Power BI.
okay. Okay. That's it from. Thank you.
Any other questions?
So I have another one, Santosh.
Yeah.
So initially my career, I worked in a non-IT domain, like at the pharmaceutical industry. Due to pandemic, I didn't. I actually have upscan from there. So 2 years I have worked in pharmaceutical. So later I have learned Power BI and I worked in Bangalore Flipkart. And after that I worked from last 3 years I'm working in a product based company.
Hmm.
So totally genuine. I have 3.5 years of experience.
Okay.
So I would like to switch another company. But what if HR asks first 2 years? What I have to say? Because I don't have relevant experience in non-IT related things. I mean,
That's fine. Why are you going to tell that you have non-IT experience?
yeah.
Why you have to mention them? Like, why are you saying that first initial 2 years you worked in non-IT and now you got into IT role?
Okay.
No, I'm not getting your question.
So,
Uh,
actually, I have genuine experience 3.5 years, Santosh.
okay.
So initially 2019 to 2021, I worked in pharmaceutical industry.
Okay.
So later I learned Power BI and I worked as a BI developer in Bangalore. After that, after 6 months, after 6 months, I got a job in product-based company. From last 3 years, I'm working in product-based company.
Mm.
So now I would like to switch from BI developer to Azure Data Engineering.
Okay.
So if HR would ask first initial 2 years from 2019 to 2021, what did you do? I mean, I don't have any relevant experience from previous company.
That 2 years, that's where you absconded?
Yes,
You don't have the service letter?
I don't have Santosh.
Then you cannot show it on your profile.
Okay.
You simply say that you worked only for 3 years as Power BI. And for the initial 2 years, you can say that I was just working in some normal companies which did not have pay slips, which did not have the like hike letters or the offer letters. I did not have. I was just working for namesake. You can say that because you don't have proof. Because of your
Yes.
absconding, you don't have anything. Even if you show a pay slip that you would have gotten, you don't have a service letter.
Yes.
So nowadays, as companies are asking for last two companies. If you have jumped for three companies and the first company, they may not ask, but in the last two companies, they're asking. So it is needed. So if you don't have, you do not show. You can
Okay.
simply say whatever the genuine reason, like I was taking care of some business, I was upskilling it, I was doing some sort of skill enhancements. You can tell whatever you want, but the last 3 years is what you have a genuine experience, which you should have to show to the HRs.
Okay, Santosh. Thank you.
Okay. So with that, we'll stop here for today. Tomorrow we'll continue to install the SQL database and we will start working with the practicals. Okay. Thank you all. Have a great day. We'll stop here.